I'm sometimes asked if there was anything that I saw as administrator that surprised me, if there was anything that I wasn't prepared for. And quite frankly, it was the scope and scale of human displacement all around the world.
The vast majority of women and children in Ukraine are actually internally displaced and are moving, right? And how do we keep them safe?
84 million people are displaced, and that's before we take into account Ukraine.
This continues to be a displacement crisis of major proportion. You mentioned 84 million displaced and refugees around the world. These were our latest statistics. One can easily say there are 94 now.
When people come in the European Union and they're asylum seekers or recognized refugees, they have access to schooling, they have the right to work. All refugees in Europe and in Greece have automatically the right to work. They have access to health care. They have a monthly allowance in line with the local population. In Greece, recognized refugees and Greek nationals receive exactly the same social benefits, and that's the norm within the European Union.
I think we all recognize that the humanitarian needs for those who are displaced are unprecedented. Emergency shelter and medicine and food.
And the other dynamic that needs to be looked at is not just refugees, but again, the host communities where they're interacting with them on a daily basis. So you need to create an ecosystem that would ensure support for refugees and ensure support for the host communities so that they continue to embrace refugees, and instead of having a negative dynamic, you have a positive dynamic where they start sharing their livelihoods as they do.
In recent weeks, we've launched an initiative called Humanity in Motion to try to find ways to elevate the issue, but also to identify some of the long-term policy changes and answers that we think we all must find if we're going to find a way to not lose a generation of people all around the world.